Okay. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'll probably end up turning it back up again like yesterday, but for now, happy Monday. I feel like my hair doesn't know what to do right now. So yeah, happy Monday. Today is Mobility Monday, so I'll be doing a combination of stretches and movements in a way that flows naturally for me. And it's not very uniform, although I end up a lot of times doing the same thing or same sequences. Um, maybe for like a month or two. Certain things that I like want to do all the time, or certain things I want to pay attention to. It'll change also based off of like where I happen to be. So I used to record downstairs where it was like hardwood floor. I've recorded in my bedroom before where I had like no space. And then I've moved into this space with the carpet. And every single space, you kind of have a different way you have to approach your everything. And as far as stretching, mobility, all of that. So, with this carpet and rug on top, it's very cushy for me. And therefore, I don't feel like I need a mat or anything like that to like protect my knees or anything when I'm like on the ground. So if you ever see me like doing something and you're like, oh, that looks like it should require, a softer surface, or like, why do I need a mat, or why does that bother me? It's just because this is like super thick already on its own. Yeah. So there's that. The only thing I think it would be helpful, and it's harder, like I said, to do different things in different environments, but being able to have grip on the floor is really helpful for most mobility exercises. Obviously, the ones where you're standing, right? So you don't like slip or trip. But just like doing like a plank, for example, if I do try to do a plank on this carpet rug combo, it kind of like my feet kind of start sliding back. I have to like dig in with my toes, I think, more than I should, and so it's like taking away from what I should be focusing on as far as that specific hold is concerned. But yeah, so it's Mobility Monday, and I've already started. If you notice, I am just bringing my feet forward and backward behind me. I like to think of it as like a backward windshield wiper. So just kind of like literally like shifting one, then the other, one, and then the other. I'm gonna sit back on them first though, because that was actually another mobility exercise. I wasn't planning on doing it straight away, but then I got kind of caught in it, so I'll come back. But yeah, the whole idea when it comes to my approach to physical activities and exercises and all of that is to move everything, slowly progress into the more difficult things, which is like, people, it's like a logical thing to say, but a lot of times people don't think about what it means to say, like, gradually flow into something. Like, the whole idea of something flowing is that it feels natural, it feels controlled, and not controlled in a like, I'm gonna squeeze you and know where you at, but just like controlled in like, I'm in a tube on a river, and even though I can't stop the river, I can't really stop myself if I need to, I'm okay with where I'm going. I trust this process, and so it just feels natural. And that's kind of how I think you should be when you're doing your exercises, your stretches, everything, is to just start off at the basic level, the easiest level you can think of. It like doesn't matter how much you have or haven't done, like start like laying still, like literally. That's one of the things I talk about, is just like finding a hard surface, like a hardwood floor, like, obviously concrete isn't the best, but if you can put down like a mat or something, concrete's good too. And to just literally let your body weight sink into the ground for like 30 minutes, just laying flat, and I promise you, you will feel your body like sinking in. You'll notice things like maybe you have like a lump in your left shoulder, or like your right hip feels like it's a little higher. And just from allowing you to literally tap in with your body, you start to notice these things. And once you notice them, you are now opening up the gate to talk to your body, to have a conversation with your body. And then once you are able to even see that as a way to communicate, like you communicate with yourself, you start to notice and hear things from your body. I don't say hear, but you start to receive information from your body, right? Like you notice when you're hot because you start like breathing heavier, you start sweating. Like those are very physical ways to know something, and they're almost like the last resort. But like if you listen to your body for a longer period of time, you might notice like I'll know I'm getting hot because maybe this part of my hand starts to like get warmer first or something like that, right? And that's an exaggeration. That has never happened to me before. But like for me right now, one of the things I've noticed is like I can tell if I'm going to crash out. And I know that sounds kind of strange, but like you like doing something and all of a sudden you fall asleep and you don't even notice, and you wake up like 4 hours later or sometimes the next day and you're like, whoa, I just crashed out. Like I don't know how that happened. Like now I can tell that it's going to happen, if that makes sense. And I know people are like, oh yeah, I can tell you're tired. It's like a different type of like sense of being tired. It's like I can tell when I'm tired and I can tell when I'm like gonna crash out. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a whole other level of like, in my opinion, like communicating with your body, because it helps you be preventative versus to responsive. Not that responding is bad either, but if you can avoid getting into a car accident, it's better than having a really good like response team on the road, right? 11:11 on the clock. So I just brought my knees in front of me now. Before they were behind me, and now I'm doing the windshieldy wipers. As I go back and forth, I'm checking to make sure that my butt stays flat on the ground. My hips are always tight, so this is harder for me. And then once I'm in this position, just try to make sure I'm comfortable in it. I'm not, so I would normally stop here and hold it. If you're ready to go back and forth, you can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here and hold it for a second. I had to actually stretch a lot more yesterday too. I had to let's say a lot more, maybe like 10 more minutes after I finished streaming, because like I activated my left butt cheek so much that it was like, no, we're gonna keep going. And it actually like, yeah, it's a good and bad thing. Like you're like, oh, okay, I've just like tapped into this part of my body that I neglected. But then it's also like scratching like a mosquito bite. It's like the scratch felt good, but now I have to worry about it itching even more. Yeah. So what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh yes, tapping into your body and allowing your body to communicate in subtle ways versus to in drastic, responsive ways. Yeah. Everything goes as a progression. So I am going to be holding these stretches. This side is not as bad as the other side. This side I feel like I still feel like a lot of tension in my hip, but like I can actually drop this leg. I feel like I'm actually like sitting, versus the other one, like I feel like I'm like turning and trying to like prop myself up while I do it. That's another thing you would notice, right? Like I'm doing this part, and now I can tell like, oh, okay, my right side and my left side are different, which means there's some alignment that's off, or something I'm doing too much on one side that's setting me off balance, right? Do this. I'm trying to move fluid, so I'm using my hands. I'm kind of like actually like making a fist and doing it this way to protect my wrists. But also I'm doing this so I can make sure that my torso stays centered and I'm only moving my legs. If you're like very, very flexible in this area, you might not even need to do that. But keeping my hands behind me and like supporting myself this way, it feels like the only way that I'll be able to do it as smooth as I am, and obviously to stay straight. Like I feel like if I tried to do this without, let me see, like, yeah. So I just did it, but what you can't see is that like I'm scooting forward as I'm doing it. So, and I think that's because I'm obviously trying to like engage something else to help my legs turn in and out. Ooh. I'll hold this for a minute. I feel like this is a new like unlocked skill, because I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do this a few months ago. Like the back and forth part. I probably could have held it, obviously, like just now it's like still tight, which is crazy because I would sit like this all the time when I was younger, and it didn't even occur to me that it was a stretch. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. So it's sunny again. It's sunnier today than it was yesterday, actually, for now, which means another day where I should probably get out and do something. I went and rode my bike yesterday with Zoe, so I ended up putting the basket back on. It's very makeshift. I still need to figure out a way to like strap it, because it feels like in my mind, and this is awful, but in my mind it feels like it's wobbly enough that if I hit like a turn or something too fast, she would lean into the basket too much, and then it would like offset everything. So it's like as I'm fearing that, I'm like, oh no, I'm putting this idea out into the universe. I need to like stop thinking about it. And then it was just like, no, you just need to like actually fix it in a way that's safe. But it's going to require a lot of work because it's like, obviously it's like a actual carrier, but it's like a very good quality, like stiff, like I'm not going to be able to like really stitch it or anything. Like it doesn't, you know. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I don't know yet. I have to figure something. It's gonna require work. I won't be able to use my sewing machine for it. That's what I mean. It's like gonna be so thick. So yeah, I have to figure out something because I can't have it be like bad like craftsmanship and then my dog fall out. Like that's like the worst thing I could think of. So I have to be like very clear on what method I need to do, and also, like I told you guys, like I really don't think there's a better carrier out there. Like as far as I've looked so far, maybe I need to go to an actual store, but like online, there's none that can compare. So, I want to keep it. I'm gonna try and figure it out. But yeah, so I had to like makeshift something. Yesterday. It was definitely wobbly, but we made it. Where did we go? I think I rode my bike to like a totally different beach. Yeah, I just went like a different way I normally. I tried to like go. Oh yeah, there's this neighborhood I really like by me, obviously, but like I don't know. It's like they've got like a really good view of the water. Like if they're not on the water, but like if they have windows facing the water, they're on the water. You know what I mean? So I like driving through that neighborhood, riding through it on the bike, because if you drive through it, you look creepy, right? You're like trying to like stare like at the view and just like take it all in. It's like you're sitting in someone's neighborhood in your car, right? It's weird. But if you go on your bike, like you're already going pretty slow, so it's not like creepy, like, oh, this person just like stopped right here. It's like, no, it's just gonna take me a couple seconds to get like, you know, a certain distance, and so it's cool. I like that. I don't know. When I was really younger, I used to ride my bike to the places that I wanted to be, and that made me feel very empowered and special. And so now, when I ride my bike to places that I want to be, it still feels special, even though it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the vibes that are in a certain place, right? And actually, this place gives me like grandparent vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like most people that live in this neighborhood are like way past retirement age, if you know what I mean. So, good and bad. Sad when old people who are in like that state of mind die, because usually what happens is like their kids come and like take over their property and they're like awful people, or like they sell it, and those people they sell it to try to like build like a condo on top of like a store on top of a garage in like this tiny little space, and just ruins everything. So, but it's right now it's a preserved neighborhood in a beach town, and I appreciate it very much. I live in like the city part of the beach town, like where the grocery stores and things are. If you want to go stop and get like stuff for s'mores or like drinks or whatever, that's where my location is. Approximate location. So I don't know. Every part of where I live is different. It's so different. I'm so grateful for it. Okay, I just did a little bit of hips. I'm gonna pull these in. I think rocking in these are good too. I think at this point, I've kind of figured out for me, if it's a static pose, then adding motion to it can make it into, I know this sounds so obvious, but adding motion to it can make it more of a mobility routine. And I feel like I have to like really clarify that, because like when I was younger and like, I don't know, maybe I just adopted it and like never really cared to go against it, but I always thought, and like I said, I'm sure, so I know someone put this idea into my head, I just don't remember who it was or what it happened. But the whole idea was, if you're holding a stretch, it's really bad to like move in it. Like, so they're like, oh, don't do this because that's going to like pull something. And I very much feel like that might be true. Or this one in particular, if you get out of control with it, right? But if you're literally just like pushing and then releasing, and like pushing and then releasing, that's actually a good thing, right? Or even like I said, just rocking back and forth. Like, it might seem like, hey, that might be dangerous or whatever. I don't know what people have in their minds where they're like, don't do that. Like, have you ever tried doing it? Or it looks scary to you, so you don't want me to do it either. But yeah, so just kind of check in, because I've been noticing when I'm holding these static poses and I start moving, I do feel like I'm sinking into them more. Like, because my body's like, oh, we're going back over here, let me brace myself for what I know is coming, versus to like, what's coming, and just being like all tense. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna look weird, so I'm gonna turn to the side, but I feel like this is gonna help my hips to like lift. Oh, it really helps, but it's not the cutest looking thing. That beach looks so pretty. Oh gosh. Give me a beach and a sunny day, I'll be happy. Like a sandy beach. Not to be a beach snob, but sand is the way to go if you're going to spend your day on the beach. Rocks are not comfortable. Sorry, niece, but it's not nice. I do not want to deal with rocks on a beach if I don't have to. Alright. I'm gonna... Ooh, this is like as far as I can go right now. It's crazy. I feel like it used to be a lot more. Yesterday I got my legs got kind of stiff, tight, whatever. damn these commercials. Oh, the remote is so far away. Oh my gosh. My level of lazy is gonna pop up right now. No! Ah! There we go. Okay. Soon I do some of these. Oh yeah, just use this pillow. Just using something to keep my arms straight and to make sure that my motions are even, not like changing over time. So just having something that's bigger and not so heavy. You can do something heavy if you want to, so it'll help with your abs, but just to like make sure, you know, I'm doing this even, whatever that might be. Nice to like drop my hands back here. Maybe if I had more weight, it would feel even better. I like this one though. So fold, bring arms all the way up, and then bend them behind you. And then bring the arms back up. Fold, arms up. And then behind you, back up, fold, arms up, and then behind you, fold, arms up, and then behind you, back up, fold, arms up, and then behind you, back up, fold. I like that one. I might have to add that into the regular routine, if you know what I mean. I'm almost at the point where I don't have a scab on my knee as an adult for the summer. Maybe since spring, before spring. during spring. I don't know. I always have a scab on my leg, and I'm noticing that the only scab I have left looks like it's gonna be on its last hurrah in the next couple of, maybe like the next couple of days, honestly. My skin just doesn't heal in predictable ways, I feel like. I feel like my skin will, I don't know. I guess I scarring? But it's not like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. What was I just doing? I did the folds this way. I did the twist this way. So now, I'm going to do some, should I just focus on hips and then move to the next thing? Or should I do something that's at the same level and then go into floor things after? I don't know. I feel like, I think I'm going to switch to staying to just this level because I want to give my hips a break anyway. Because I've been doing them for like 20 minutes. So I'm up here. So when I do this, I know, like, at least for me, when I first started seeing this pose, or when I saw people, like, you know, when I was in a class or something, nobody really, I don't say nobody, I didn't notice anyone specifically calling out what we should be feeling and where the extensions or compressions or whatever should be. And I feel like that was something I just had to, like, figure out over time. So you're not just, like, laying here and, like, relaxing, like, you're actually, like, pushing. Like, you're pushing your arms into the ground. I know that sounds like counterproductive, but you're literally pushing your arms into the ground, and because of that push, it'll help you to extend through your shoulders. So instead of being like this, you're like this, right? Like there's this, and then there's this. When I'm like this, it's comfortable. I can hold myself like this for a really long time, but there's no stretch here. It's completely, I forget the word for it. I'm not using anything. I'm just like waiting here in this pose. Versus to this, I can actually feel like my traps and everything engage into a stretch because I'm just like expanding through a different part of my body. So even though you're laying like this, you're still pushing through your palms, pushing through your hands, and then you should feel a stretch like in your shoulder blades, like neck area. Also for these, like, feel free to actually like pull your hands closer once you've like settled into it, because it is, like I said, just like a stretch like everything else. You might hit here for a second, feel like a stretch, and then it goes away. So then just pull your arms further away from you or pull your body back depending on where you have the range. Come back up from that one. Now I'm going to make it a sequence with this buddy here. So I'm just going to hold this for a second. Same thing too, I'm pushing through my shoulders so I can like feel the stretch all the way through my shoulder blades, my neck. Okay, then I'm going to come back down. I'm just going to drop my knees, plant the tops of my feet to the ground, and then come down this way. So come back up. have the tops of my feet, and I'm gonna use my toes. Prop my butt back up. And then same thing down, knees down. Knees down. Knees up, butt up. Knees down, butt down. Knees down, butt up. Knees down, butt down. I think it said knees up. Whatever, you can see me, hopefully. Like I said, this is one of those motions where like the soft carpet is not really your friend because it's slippery. I'm kind of like slipping on it. I'll do one more, and then I'm going to stay down. Okay. So those were two motions in that one. I think I'm going to add one more, just to kind of, I don't know, I feel like 2 is not like a complete flow, but I feel like 3 is obviously like, you definitely have some rotation there. I feel like 2, yeah, it's just like a back and forth. So, this last part, making sure I have room because I'm going to incorporate my legs and my hips a little bit in this. So I'm already down on the ground, stretching out my shoulders, and then I'm pushing through my arms. I'm using my arms to come up. I'm also using my abs and engaging my abs while I'm doing that. And then while I'm up, of course, my legs are getting a chance to stretch. If I wanted to, I could do some of these, right? Stretch out my calves a little bit more, hamstrings a little bit more. But what I'm going to do actually is while I'm up here, I am going to do the kick over. And I really want to do this one for me in particular because it is a hip opener. For me, it's kind of a necessary. So then I come back here, bring the leg down, and then back to okay. So we're up, down. I'm going to bring one leg up and then curve it out. And then bring it down. I'm going to switch sides. This one up. Up. Down. Knees down. Butt down. Hands down. Oh, my hands are already down. Butt up. Stretch the calves and hamstrings a little more if you want to. You get a lift up and out. Back down. Switch sides. Up and out. And down. Knees down. Butt down. I don't know what that looks like. Feels nice though. My only concern is I do feel like, you know, as always, I feel like I'm going to kick something in here. And I think the biggest problem is not that I don't have enough space, because I'm very grateful for even having this space. It's just like because I want to record, I don't want everything hanging out all up in the camera, you know? So like I could be like this while I'm doing these things, but then all of this would always be out, you know what I mean? I don't want to have like my crotch hanging out. This is where I'd have like the most space. And it's an ideal space if I wasn't recording. If the camera could be like right here or like up there, then it would be okay. But the surfaces just aren't, they're not good. And also, I wouldn't be able to zoom, I don't have a way to zoom out, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. I need to be able to zoom out, and I can't do that in these, there's not enough space for you to be able to capture everything. Okay, so that was some shoulders, some legs, a little bit of hip action. So I'm gonna do some things on my back. That sounded bad. I'm gonna do some back mobility here, and then I'll do the final sequence that I always do. I'm coming down this way. So stretching, when I do this one, I just think about pulling my armpits away from my belly button. I don't know why that sounds like a weird thing to think about pulling your hips, but I feel like when I pull my hips down, it actually like plants my tailbone. When I think about pulling my belly button down, that's when I feel like I actually have expansion in my torso and everything. Maybe that's just weird for me, but yeah, when I try to pull my hips down, like I pull my armpits away from my hips, my butt, like my tailbone, like tucks under. Maybe that's what I need to do for my handstand. Actually, that makes sense. Hold up. Is that what I'm not doing? No, because then they would both be going in the same direction either way. If I'm on the ground. I'm gonna have to try that though. It feels like I might be onto something. I don't know what that looks like on camera. I probably look like I'm not doing anything. But I'm like contracting in different areas. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna actually do some of these. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I want to check in with my shoulders on a flat surface, moving in a consistent range. Oh my gosh, okay, so I'm not a personal trainer by any means, but I really look down on clout chasing in general. Like, I grew up, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to sound stuck up or anything, but I grew up, like, around Jersey chasers. Like, just being, like, the athlete that I was and having, you know, even just being a cheerleader in college, like, you're around people that are, like, now NBA players and stuff like that. So there's always been people around that are, like, Jersey chasers. And I've always seen, like, the downfall of things because people are in it for the wrong reasons. And I saw this video, like, a day ago. This guy's gotta be, like, 400 fucking pounds, like, minimum, right? And they have him sitting on a bench that he can't even fit on. And they have him lifting these weights in the middle of the gym. And, like, he's lifting them, but it's just, like, the public humiliation that you're putting this person through for no fucking reason other than to gain like some sort of attention through the camera is like so diabolical. Like, you have somebody that doesn't even need to be in the fucking gym right now. Like, how about some fucking compassion and recognize that you could be helping them in their living room. You don't have to bring them out here in this situation. And like, unless that person was specifically like, yeah, I really want everybody to watch me in the middle of the gym, like, struggling because I want to be, like, the most seen thing in the gym. Like, that is the most embarrassing thing, and I don't know how they get these people to do it. Like I said, maybe it is for clout. Like, they're like, yeah, I want to be, like, the guy in this, I want my 10 minutes of fame or whatever, but I saw that, and I was just like, that is so fucked up. Like, here I am in my friggin' studio, like, talking about how I'm not ready to go to the gym. And I mean, yeah, at some point you just have to get the balls and go, but like I said, as far, and even a gym membership though, it's like you're paying for a gym membership to like sit in the locker room. You know, that's how I feel. Like, you're not really using you don't need to be doing all of that, right? It is a workout for everyone. If you don't use your arms every day, if you don't use them consistently, holding your hands out like this, and we've all probably been there, holding your hands out in front of you like this for longer than a minute and you'll be trembling. Like, you don't need to go like, sit in the middle of the gym and like do that to somebody. It's just, I don't know. I felt some kind of way. I feel some kind of way, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, like I said, if that's your thing and you're like, I really do want that attention. I've also like, it might seem like I'm an attention seeker because I think I do things that draw a lot of attention, but I in fact would rather not be seen because, to be fair, I'm usually doing something I'm not supposed to be. So the more attention I draw to myself, the less likely I'll be able to get away with whatever I was doing. And also, like, people ruin it too because, like, they see what you're doing and they want to, like, follow along. And then, like, everybody starts doing it and then you can't do it anymore. It's, like, the most frustrating part. It's, like, who's been spying on me? Because now, like, I can't have my special parking spot anymore. Like, can't go to this, like, unknown part of the beach because, you know, like, it's, yeah. Okay. Bringing my legs up. This is some abs. It's also like helping me check in with my back. Like, I'm not really thinking about my abs as much as I'm thinking about like keeping my back straight on the ground, if that makes sense. And trying to keep my spine and everything flat on the ground. And if I'm being honest with you, it's not. Because even with me trying, like, I feel like a tiny little pocket open up when I put my feet all the way down. And it doesn't feel like it needs to be that way. And I'm trying to figure out where it starts. Starts like right here somewhere. And I would just like rest here in this position until my back can hit the ground straight or flat. Okay. I'm gonna go out. So I'm keeping my toes together and then bringing my knees out, still trying to keep my back flat on the ground. Oh my goodness. Okay. That feels a lot better. I'm resting in this position, but it's also a stretch for me. Okay. What do you think? I'll do some of these on my back. My spine is definitely off the ground. Not even close to being on the ground. and this is like really messing with my, like the inside, like the outside of my knee, all the way up to here, like straight up the side. But it feels nice. Turning my knees in. This one's always difficult for me. Internal rotation. Learned about this one trying to shuffle on stream. So I think it's getting better though. Like it still looks awful, but better than it was. Getting better. Look at this. Look at this. Ah, I can feel it like way out in here too, which is nice. It's nice. It's nice. What are we gonna do today, little bean? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, little bean? What do you want to do? I feel like she's fine with just being in the basket wherever we go. Probably do another bike ride. That sounds like a good idea. I'll actually wear my helmet today. I didn't wear my helmet yesterday. I normally I don't really care about wearing a helmet, but I feel like extra cautious when Zoe's in the basket because I'm like, if I have to sacrifice myself to save her, like having a helmet on is gonna be helpful. And yeah, basically, it's like paranoid. Like, the basket was all wobbly, right? What time are we at right now? We've got about 7 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the mobility routine that I always do every Mobility Monday. And it's basically the routine that I built the very first time I tried to combine stretches that I was working on. And when I started doing this routine, everything that I did was like a little bit hard, and I could only do like 5 or so before I was like really like tired and like out of breath, or like I said, some of the motions I couldn't really do fully. Now I'm pretty much comfortable with doing everything at least up to 15. I stopped counting after 15 because I'm like, okay, now I'm just doing it for an amount of time rather than the amounts of time. But I haven't fully got the camel, which is the very last one, so I'm going to hold that for a little bit first as a stretch, and then I'm going to do the mobility routine, and then that'll be it. So this one is the camel. It is going to stretch your quads. It's also going to stretch your back. I didn't, think about the quad portion of it so much when I first started doing it, but now that I'm trying to engage my quads more, it's something that I'm paying attention to. So if you are flexible enough, you can reach back with both hands at the same time. If you're like me, you might want to just grab one first and then reach back to the other and pop up. My neck is so crunchy. It's literally crunchy. It didn't even hurt when I woke up this morning, but when I woke up this morning, I remember thinking like, wow, my head's in a very, like the way I fell asleep on my pillow, I fell asleep like sideways and backwards on my bed, and I had like pulled my pillow down with me, and my pillow was sideways, and I was laying on that. It was like uneven because I have one of those like orthotic, is it orthotic? That's for your feet, right? I don't know, basically. I thought I was in a position where I would have hurt myself, and I didn't, but now I feel like I'm getting the repercussions. Alright, so let's see how many I can do or for how long. I'll do for how long. I'll try and go for at least 2 minutes, and then I'll come back. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit since this is the last one. Quads. I don't know why it got harder as I went on, but like my quads started burning at the very end. Yeah. So this is Mobility Monday, everybody. I'm glad you could be here with me on this sunny Monday. If you're watching this on a Monday, maybe you're in a different part of the world and it's already Tuesday. Either way, maybe you're watching this whenever you feel like it. Maybe you're catching this on YouTube. I try to post everything on YouTube. So if you are seeing this on YouTube, thank you for finding me on YouTube. But yeah, I do everything on Twitch. I won't say everything. I do my live streams on Twitch. I would love to live stream on YouTube, but you have to have a certain amount of engagement and content in order to even be allowed to stream on YouTube. So I'm not there yet. And to be fair, I haven't been really putting any effort into it because I feel like I'm still trying to master the art of being consistent with content on Twitch. Like, I think I'm consistent with my attendance as far as I can do for myself. It doesn't get interrupted by people that think they know better. But I feel like my content could be better. Like when I am doing that. When I am doing, like, let's say Mobility Monday, like, am I actually taking advantage of the time I have as best as I could? Am I presenting myself in the way that I actually want to? Is this, the way I'm doing it going to help me get to the way I want to be able to do it? Like, all of those things. And, like, yeah, I don't want to really add YouTube into that. I feel like it would be, like, one or the other. And since I already started streaming on Twitch, I feel like it's just like where I'm going to be for now. It's my comfort area, and I am still uploading everything to YouTube. And it's like not even the videos. It's not adding videos. You have to actually add shorts. So that is a thing. Like I guess, in theory, I could just clip the fuck up my, clip up everything for my Twitch. So I think you have to have like 50, you have to have 50 clips. You have to have like 50 clips minimum to even like be looked at or something. I don't know. I remember looking at it and I was like, yeah. But yeah. I know, Zoe. I know. We're gonna get out of here. She's like, it's too sunny for this bullshit. Why are we still inside? You can tell when the weather's nice because she's literally like, nah, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Okay. So yes, it's Monday, it's sunny, it's the first day of the week, work week, for those of you that work every week or every day or wherever that works. People that works on a schedule, I'm here on a schedule. I hope the rest of your week goes good. I will be back on Thursday as long as I have the ability to control my own schedule. So thank you for being here, and I will see you then!